September 11th. This is one day that Americans will never forget, and a day that changed our lives forever. I'd like everybody to take a second, close your eyes, and think about where you were when you heard this news. What were you thinking? How were you feeling? And did you feel safe? Hi, my name is George Yardley, and today I'd like to talk to you about Al-Qaeda, a very well-known organization in terroristic activity. Today I'm going to talk to you about Osama bin Laden, his early life, and how he eventually became the future leader of Al-Qaeda. Next, I'm going to talk about some of the targets that this organization has in their sights and some of the capabilities that they possess. And finally, what are their intentions? We see the targets and the capabilities, but what are they really trying to get out of some of these activities? And how does the United States intend to counteract some of these activities? Now that I've given you a quick overview of what I'm going to talk about today, let's get into the first topic of discussion. Osama bin Laden, he was born in 1957. He was the 17th sibling of over 50 siblings. His father and his family were very well known in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. His father was very well known for pushing many values to his siblings and to the rest of his family. And this is what those strong values and his father being the strong man that he was is what really made Osama bin Laden into the person that he became eventually. In 1980, or in the 1980s, excuse me, Osama bin Laden fled from Saudi Arabia up to Pakistan to help with the invasion of the Soviet Union. And during his time up there, basically being a messenger and a Samaritan of sorts, he was going from place to place within the country, really making a name for himself, spreading generosity to war-stricken families, and he quickly rose among the ranks within the area there, and he found himself becoming the leader of Al-Qaeda relatively shortly. Now that I've talked to you about Osama bin Laden, his life, and some of the steps that he took to become the leader of Al-Qaeda, I'd like to talk to you about some of the targets and capabilities that that this group has in their possession. The targets are pretty simple. Anybody that doesn't share the same ideology of this group is definitely a target within their sights. Some of the targets include the United States territories, different parts in Europe, the United Kingdom, and also Saudi Arabia, just to name a few. Some of the capabilities that this group possesses are suicide attacks. It's very hard for the United States to really combat against that. It's extremely hard to combat against a group or a person that has no regard for their own life. And this is something that they keep in their arsenal, and they know that's very important to their success. Another capability is underground cells. They have these cells all over the world, with their own, each cell having their own hierarchy. And they come up with plans in different ways to commit different types of attacks, and basically to instill fear within people of the world. Now that I've talked to you a little bit about some of the targets and capabilities of this group, I'd like to get into my last topic of discussion, some of the intentions and how the United States intends to counteract some of these intentions by the group. It's pretty clear, I would think, and most people would commonly think that the intentions are quite clear. They intend to instill fear within the people, within people of the world in general, and disrupt any kind of peace. The United States, according to fact sheets provided by the United States State Department. Some of the things that the U.S. intends to do to counteract some of these intentions are to really build a capacity for law enforcement, different programs like that, and crisis response, cyber security, different things to really help defend ourselves against this group. In conclusion, I've talked to you a little bit about today Osama bin Laden, his life, and how he rose to become the leader of Al Qaeda. I've also talked to you about some of the targets and capabilities that the group has and possesses, and finally, some of the intentions of the group and the U.S. counter, and basically how the U.S. intends to counteract some of those attacks and things of that sort. Whether we like it or not, terrorism is here to stay. Peaceful nations, their only hope is to stand guard, stand together, and come together as a peaceful world, and try to do their best to rid the world of this group and other groups like it that intend to generally instill fear within the world. I'd like to thank you guys today for listening to my speech, and I hope that I've spread overall awareness to the threats that are present in our everyday lives. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's second speech. Thank you.